Yo, we back. Episode 3 of The Raw. Y'all gotta forgive us. Everybody a little dragging right now. We a little sleepy. Shooting after hours. But dedication is key. This is what we gotta do to get it done. So we back with another episode of The Raw. Again, I am your host, Rook, aka Root Mouth. This is my co-host.
What's guys?
We got a special guest in the building. Before I introduce him, we're gonna do some shout outs and then we're gonna get to my guest. Well, our guest. Oh man, shout out to Bendo. You know that's always my shout out. Go get your merch. As you can see, my boy decked out in the Bendo. Go get your merch from Bendo. You know they got it all: shoes, hats, t-shirts, whatever you wanna do. Shout out to Raw Talent. Shout out to HB&G. Of course, shout out to Ty. Shout out to all the other podcasts out there. Shout out to Legit on winning the 10K at the Pope Artist Showcase. So shout out to him. Let's see shout outs. Damn, no shout outs today?
Not today.
Oh, damn, well I'm gonna shout out Lex. I'm gonna shout out Bone. You a fool.
Oh yeah, shout out to Bone. Shout out to Bone. Duh.
Of course, you know, I just like to pay homage. Poke on the mixtapes, for sure.
Ben Shane Studios, JT Mixtape. Period.
Yeah. Now let's get there, I guess.
That's what it is. What's up with Ty?
Ty. Woah Morris.
Yes, sir.
The biggest, you feel me?
Big Woah.
Man,
always up to something.
I don't even know how to introduce my boy. Like, so this episode is I've been trying to figure out what to call it all week, but I finally came up with the name with it. The Jack of all trades. With Ty being my guest, this is the Jack of all trades. Like photographer, videographer, rapper / artist, sound tech man, whatever you need industry wise to get done, my boy does it all. So without further ado, Woah Morris. What's up, bro?
Thank you for having me
What's
in
up,
front
bro?
of the camera.
Yeah, finally, you know what I'm saying? Hey, if y'all ain't checked out the first 2 episodes, make sure y'all go check them out. My boy Ty doing this thing, putting it together. So, you know what I'm saying? We appreciate all feedback. You know, we getting a couple of little views. We kind of getting a little rocking, you feel me? So, I mentioned last week, Ty just dropped the project. So how that's going for you, man?
Man, it's actually going great. I'm getting a lot of feedback from a lot of random people that I wouldn't usually get feedback from. It's not my usual fans. It's a broader fan base, so I think I'm doing what I need to do to get out there and get noticed on that end. So it's more focused on just sounding good, man. Not a lot of stuff sounds too good. A lot of stuff sound copy and pasted. So it's focused on quality, focused on actually having a message, and focused on making people feel good. So
that's what's up.
Yeah.
So I introduce you for everything that I know you do.
Mm-hmm.
Give people a full rundown on all the services you provide. Cause you put them on Facebook the other day, and I was like, God damn, you do that too?
yeah, yeah. Filmmaking, directing, writing, songwriting, ghost writing, if you want to call it that, for hip hop heads. Let's see, engineering, recording, producing, co-producing.
Okay.
What else, man? Photography, videography within itself. You know, that's 2 different things, filmmaking and videography.
For those who didn't know.
Shit, I could draw. You want to just start throwing shit out
You can
there.
do everything.
Yeah, I do a little bit of everything.
So in other words, book with Ty. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? If you need to get your sessions in, you know, last minute, whatever, don't come with a fee now. Like, so don't come thinking it's just Oh well, let me reach out to him and be surprised when my boy hit your ass with a goddamn invoice. You know how y'all is, so let's keep that pushing. But with that being said, with you doing so much, being a jack of all trades, like, do you feel it's beneficial for you, or do you feel it's something that's like you should take time and focus in one area? Like, what's the pros and cons?
Well, at this age, I feel like there's something that I should take time and focus on one area, because now, seeing I've been doing this longer than I've had kids, now I have kids. So I have to be mindful of how and where I'm putting myself at. So when I'm able to be in a space for music, I'm in that space for music. So that it's reflecting to my kids, like, this is what he in this space for. So we gonna get our dad back after this. Instead of what I used to do before I had kids, I go to that space for music, and then I'm there producing, and then I'm there filming something, and I'm there writing something. I'm spending hours and hours and hours around strangers when I got a whole family at home. So I can still do what I love and spend time with my family too.
Touche.
Yeah.
Les, I got a question for you. With you being an artist yourself, do you feel it's beneficial to like be a jack of all trades, like, or would you rather just focus on just the music?
I feel like it's a strain sometimes on me, because like I want to do everything, but like I don't have enough. I'm not an octopus. I don't have enough arms. I'm not God. I can't be everywhere at one time. But it's like I'm good at all of these things, so it's like I want to focus on it so much and put all my time into it, but it's like I can't. So it's like a strain, but at the same time it's like, dang, I know how to do everything, so it's like I can complete this whole project on my own if I wanted to. But yeah, well, so I feel like, it has its pros and its cons. I think the pros are, like you said, or like I said, I can do everything I want to do on my own. I know it's going to come out the way I want it to come out, because I'm doing, I'm a jack of all trades. But at the same time, it's like, dang, I want to do all this stuff and put my all into everything, but I can't do it. It's impossible. It's hard. I can't say it's impossible. I don't know. Ty might be doing it.
It's like a balancing act.
Yeah, you really gotta find a balance, like what works for you. For myself, I had to get out of my own way, because procrastination was a big factor in my life. Because I'm a perfectionist, so if you're a perfectionist, you probably deal with procrastination a lot. Yes. Because you don't want to do something unless you know you're gonna do it right.
Right.
That's the thing too.
Yeah.
You just gotta get up and do it, because you gotta. Go ahead. What you was about to say?
I was just agreeing. Like, I feel like you gotta start somewhere, like, because if you just sit around and you gonna always, especially when you your biggest critic, you gonna be like, nah, I start when I get this, or when I do that, when I get this, and then you get that and be like, yeah, I just need to get this, and before you know it, you ain't started, because the simplest shit, and it's like, bro, just go type shit. So
right now, that was something I had learned. I was in church one day, and they was talking about how you might not know what the next step is until you take the first step. So it's like when you take the first step, you might discover something that's like, that's what I needed for the next step. So until you take that first step, you might not know the next one. So you just got to get up and do it.
That's how you find your way, basically.
Yeah. So that's something I learned.
Yeah, a lot of people get stuck because of that instant gratification.
Right.
They want to know what's coming next. Like, that's like my kids. We took them to the park today. And we didn't even get to the park good, man. I think we was out there for like 2 seconds before my daughter was like, what we about to do after this?
Like,
we ain't even do the park yet.
Can we step in the grass?
Like, gee.
That's how kids be for real. Can we come back? Like, dang, can we get here?
Dang, like, Rebecca, let's finish this thing.
Yeah, let's see if you enjoy it first.
So, like I said, I've learned a lot of adults, and I've even done it myself. Like, we'll jump the gun and want the accolades before we actually got what we have in front of us done. I spent about, I want to say 7 years just making music, just to make music before I took it seriously. And I will always have all the equipment I need, but then, like, what's the point of having it if you're not doing nothing with it?
Like, no real plan, no vision, like,
right.
You just going.
I was just doing it just to do it, and I didn't really care too much about if it was serious or not, and I was finding myself doing that with all of the other things that I was doing. So like I was just doing the video because I had a camera, and I was just taking pictures because I had a camera and I could do it. But I didn't take it seriously because I'm working a full-time job being a teacher and coaching sports and stuff. So I'm like, that's where my life lies at, because that's what I was convinced I had to do. But when I got older, I started realizing, man, my mindfulness was like, yo, you don't want to do none of that shit. You want to do exactly what you want to do. And I just started making money doing it because I learned how to monetize it, because it's true to me. It's genuine. It's hard to monetize something you ain't really in. So
at what point do you differentiate, I think that's how you say it, it being a hobby and an actual business? Like,
it becomes a business when you decide to invest in it without thinking, like, to having a second thought.
Okay.
It's a hobby when you can think twice about it.
Okay, that makes sense. Like, so let's for you, question I got for you, so let's just say somebody want to book you for a show, then you got somebody want to book you to do a modeling gig. Are the prices the same? Just because you're an entertainer. So how do you you know what I'm saying, book far as that, like, or do you just charge one set price?
No, it's different for certain things. Like if you want me to do a show, I feel like, that's, I'm not like, I charge less for a show for certain things than I do for like videos sometimes, because it's like you want me to have this certain image, like I feel like it's the same thing with the show. I really can't tell you. It just really depends. I ain't gonna lie, it depends on the person. I'm charging motherfucking different every time. So
I can feel that, because it's like, I feel like in a certain stage you gotta read the room.
Some people I've charged them $15,000, not $15,000, $1,500. My bad, y'all. I'm tired. $1,500 for a show, and some people I done charge you $250.
I can respect that. Like you gotta know your crowd. You gotta know. You gotta read the room.
Yeah,
you know
that's what I'm saying. So it really.
But at the same time, it's like, we ain't leave no money on the table though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
if it's like I know that you like, okay, I know you and you done did this little startup shit, something, not some startup shit, but like you done just started up doing something. You might not be got the most money in the world. So it's like, you know what? I fuck with you. You're still gonna pay me. At least you finna pay to get my hair and nails. So that's at least you finna fucking pay for it.
I get it.
So it's like, yeah, that. But if it's like you're a club person, club promoter, and you've been in my inbox, and it's like you finally like, okay, how much do you charge? Nigga, I'm finna tell you like a $2,500. See what the fuck you say. If you cool with, or alright. I don't know, I might negotiate, I might not. If you don't want to do $2,500, fuck it, somebody will. It really just depends on the person. I don't have no, set like contract type shit and price, like booking manager and shit. So I do what the fuck I want to do.
Keyword independent.
Yeah.
I do what I want to do.
That's the word. You might get fuck nigga. I'm just playing. I'm not even gonna say that. It's no fuck nigga. It's no fuck nigga for you.
So for both of y'all, have you ever ran into the problem where it's like you set your price and now it's like a nice issue?
Absolutely. People gonna try to buck this system because we talked about this earlier, how people think they know you from a distance. You could be in the same room with somebody and not know them at all. Two people can have the same parent and have two different experiences with that parent. So you're not gonna walk up to me and try to buck me on my price. You don't know what I did to get to this point. You don't know how much my camera costs, how much my computer costs, how much the programs I use to edit cost, what time I'm going to be using for that, what I could be doing during that time. So all of these things matter to me. If an entrepreneur charged people what the value was, a lot of niggas wouldn't afford nobody.
That's real.
You wouldn't afford nobody because
Yeah.
this stuff is very valuable. But because we don't have status behind our name, you gotta kind of nickel and dime it until you get to that room.
Right.
And that's the bullcrap part about it. But
yeah, cause it's like, but that's what they say. Like now the industry, it ain't by talent no more. You know what I'm saying? Who you know what?
But that's why stuff sound trash now. That's why it's trash now.
I give you that. Like it's a lot of stuff out there that's definitely like, I ain't gonna say it's trash, but it's like anybody can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can like let's say she's still young. Hello,
What you mean?
I'm in my 30s. Lex still in
My 20s.
her early 20s, what
Period.
she said. So
25, baby.
but man, these high school kids, like, they go buy the same equipment we got with no responsibilities and able to do this all day, every day. They get out of school and they do this all day, every day. Like, so that's kind of hard to compete with, like, especially if you like an artist like ourselves, putting our own money behind it. So you paying for your own video shoots. You
I
paying
got
for
sugar
your
daddies,
band.
y'all, so I don't know what he talking about. Not me.
I ain't got none of that shit. So, well, we gonna exclude Lex. You paying for all this shit, and you competing with, like look at what you got to compete against, like somebody who can go home, make music or whatever they doing all day long with the support of a family background, and then they go to school where it's thousands of kids every day.
yeah, and you know sometimes even now, sometimes at these schools they have opportunities for these same kids to record at school or to make stuff at school.
When I was in high school, it wasn't no way. I don't even remember too many people rapping in high school.
I was rapping in high school. That's what I was known for. That and basketball. That was it.
Only person I can remember rapping in high school was Legit. So, like but it wasn't back then. It wasn't no, oh, I'm gonna go ask the principal, can I perform at the pep rally?
Hey, I'm about to blow your mind because I definitely did that. I definitely performed at the pep rally. I definitely performed at the senior graduation little situation. Like we went to the auditorium. Me, Hari, and Caleb wrote a song and went on stage and performed it the next damn day. And we had that bitch rocking. Like,
see, that's love.
yeah.
Like,
And the principal was cool with it. Like,
I ain't never really like high school. I wasn't thinking about no music. I was on some.
Kathleen might have did it. You might have let it happen.
Well, of course, you
Never let anything go down.
was rapping in high school.
I was about to say, I wish I would have been rapping in high school.
I wish I would have been too. I feel like if you gonna do music or anything in the industry, anything artist wise, like high school is the best time to start, especially now. Like that's where you gonna get your biggest following. You gonna grow your fan base. Like that's when people gonna know you for who you is. That's when you can develop your image into what you want it to be. Like you could really do it judgment free. Like y'all trying to figure out what y'all got going on in life, what you trying to do in life. Like man, you can be charged. You can just get you a little home studio set up and be charging $20 a studio session. Just
I was doing that in high school too.
This thing was on everything.
I was on everything.
Listen,
I got it out the mud and I just enjoyed it, man. I lived a different life than other people, man. And I grew up in the same environment as my cousins and all them from the hood. But it's just I had different interests and I used those interests to my advantage. I didn't allow myself to get consumed by the stuff that was around me because I could have easily just did it too, you know, been in the same situations too, but I just didn't get nothing out of it. I didn't care. I cared more about creating music and creating art, really, if you want to call it that. Art, just overall, is going into a situation with nothing and coming out with something. That's dope to me.
so what you been doing it for so long, what you feel like is the biggest change that you've seen over time in the industry?
We almost dinosaurs at this point because I started out making music on just a keyboard and a karaoke machine.
I just have to keep stressing that. Like, guys, don't leave me out. Oh, no, leave me out. Actually, leave me out.
but like just watching it become a internet, like we come from the blog era where niggas was in magazines and like you had to get interviewed by the hottest radio DJ or you had to go find a DJ. Now it's like niggas is their own DJ, they own engineer, they own everything. When we were coming up, it was rare to be like that. Like it was not many people like me who made their own beats and their own songs, like T-Pain or Timberland or Missy Elliott, people like that. Now everybody T-Pain and Missy Elliott and Timberland, and they do it quick because they doing it on their phone, they doing it on their tablets, they doing it on whatever they got. When we had to write in a notebook and we wasn't always at the computer. We had to go to the studio to get our songs done and then wait for them to mix it.
Yeah.
Now everything is so streamlined and it happened quick. The gradual start of it in the early 2000s, like in the blog era where everybody's like hot about the XXL raps and nobody was really going to the studio like that. Being locked in the studio was a celebrity thing. Like if you was an average person, you're not locked into nowhere unless it's school or your job.
I was watching the Bob Marley movie, the one that just came out, One Love.
Oh, I want to see it.
Yeah, I ain't seen that.
And
But you got it on bootleg?
no, I went to the movies.
Oh, I think it's
$5 Tuesday.
$5 Tuesday.
$5.
Okay.
But it was just reminding me of that. How back in the day, you had to actually have talent for them to even record you, and like you can't even come here. Like you got to show me there's talent before we even record you. Like we're not gonna record you if you're not talented. Like you got to show us before we even let you in the studio.
No, for real.
So,
I remember rapping, like when niggas would rap, if you was in the cypher and you was booty, we was gonna let you know you was booty.
Yeah.
And I had to rap around niggas that was way older than me. I was a teenager. These niggas is like already 30, so they established.
Yeah.
And I'm able to rap with them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's dope." So my ego boosted. But then I got to listen to the nigga next to me rap, and they tell him he trash. I was like, I was that close from being called trash.
It's so. What do you feel like with being like such a jack of all trades? Do you feel like there's any part of it that's being watered down with like new age technology, like social media or like AI?
Yeah, like not AI. I think AI is dope. I think it's cool that we have something that you could basically type some shit in and they just come up with it for you. And a lot of people need that because a lot of people don't learn the same ways. So they wouldn't be able to just like how me, you, or Alex could go in the studio and make a song. Some people need help with that shit. They can't do it themselves. So,
but is that really considered being an artist though?
Yeah, it's still a form of art. It's digital art.
And you putting it together, like
you still gotta put it together
and make it sound the way it's supposed to sound. So I guess
it's not. You can't. I see what you're saying though. If you like relying completely off of everything to do it for you, you're not really doing nothing but putting it in place. So it's a puzzle.
Yeah.
Right. Like because like to me, I feel like people who use ghostwriters, I don't really feel like that's art. It's entertainment.
So would we say that about R&B? Because we know most R&B songs are written by somebody else.
Yeah, but that okay, but with R&B, this is why I give R&B a pass because I could write a song for whoever, or write a song and this person smash it. And I could do that same song, but I can't sing like them.
Yeah.
That's their art.
Yeah.
Because who's gonna sing it?
But maybe
like
this ghostwriting person words and the way they can get shit out is their art.
I'm not like the ghostwriter. I feel like it's the artist, but like okay, if you get it, like somebody write you a rap song and you spit it or whatever. Okay, cool. Like, but you ain't like art is basically like your life, your visionary, whatever you see to bring it, create it, to make it come to life. Mm-hmm. So if somebody writes you a rap song, talk about their life or something that they didn't spit. That's not art.
That's different. Now, I feel like you can't make no hard knock life song about your life and deep rap song and that's a ghostwriter now. If you want to make some little bend it over, touch your toes, somebody else right there, okay, what?
Yeah, that's simple. You know,
but like trying to be
entertainment.
like, you know, something that somebody gonna feel or something, then you can't do that.
You can only really make people feel what you've gone through.
Yeah.
You can't tell nobody else's story. It ain't the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like and with R&B, like in most of us gonna be able to relate to R&B songs in general because like you know it's all the same shit. Your heart either got broke or you feeling you on some type of high about love, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Like it's life experiences that we all go through. Like for instance, Future wrote "Drunken Love" for Beyonce, but could you imagine Future making "Drunken Love" as big as Beyonce? Nah, he knew that.
Right.
So like, but for them, they're two different people.
I thought she stole it from him, but I don't know. You say she really wrote it.
With you being a jack of all trades in your walk of life, we know you see a lot. Good, bad, ugly, stuff you don't want to see. Tell me what's the craziest thing you done seen like in this industry? Like what's something crazy you done seen that?
Oh man.
Some that's like,
Man, it's been some stuff, man. I done seen like baby mamas come snatch niggas out the studio mid raps.
Lord.
That's crazy, cause like
So them don't be skits, huh?
no, people really own that. I don't know.
Yeah, that's I can say that's what's the craziest thing you done seen in the studio? Well, in the industry.
What's the craziest thing? I don't know. I think the most like interesting thing that has happened. It was years ago when I used to live in Miami. I used to be cool with this guy that owned the studio, and that's when I didn't know nothing about music. He used to work at Apple, but he was like a music producer on the side too. And I was at Po' Boy Studio, and I didn't even know it was Meek Mill and Flo Rida in the studio. Meek Mill was asking if anybody had weed, and he is so different looking in person. Like, well, he was at the time. He was just like real. I don't know. He looked real like
Meek with the braids.
No, he didn't have. He didn't have no braids, but it was him. And I realized it afterwards because the guy was like, "Oh, did you realize who that was?" And I'm like, "Oh no." And then we leaving. I'm looking back. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that is fucking Meek Mill and Flo Rida like in the damn studio." But that's the most interesting thing that I feel like has happened. Like I didn't realize it was them. I be being shy when I be trying to like look down. I used to try to look down. Now I be in the studio like
it's a different vibe for women though.
Yeah.
You know how niggas is ulterior motives.
Yeah, so.
But
real quick. I know we short on time, but I like how she just gonna skip over the fact that she had a nigga in her video with a leash on his neck. Like that's not wild. Like that's not the wildest.
But that's normal.
What's that song called?
Pimpin' nigga legs.
Yeah, go listen to that. Go watch that.
Man, that's normal. You
When I first seen that shit, like that's why I started calling her. Like it wasn't. That's pimpin' nigga legs right there. But he got this nigga on a collar.
He on all fours.
That's funny.
In 4K.
Legs got stunt devils. Like this crazy. But yeah, pimpin' nigga legs. Like, hey, ain't gonna lie. Lex videos be A1. Like she put a lot of thought and energy into her videos. So y'all make sure y'all check her out. But to wrap up, y'all know we added this segment last week. If y'all been keeping up with us, the wild moment for the week. I'm gonna start with Ty.
No, you didn't even say the most interesting thing. So you say the wild moment and then
my most interesting thing happened in the studio. Like,
more wild moment.
Alright, I'm gonna do. Okay, my most interesting thing in the studio is, man, for real, I usually like to go to my own studio vibes or whatever. Like I like to create my own scenery. So, Most of the time, I usually either record at my own spot where we got set up or something like that. Like, I don't really like to go to mainstream studios and stuff. But my most interesting in the studio was my own moment. We in there recording, going ham. Like, we used to have a shed where we recorded all our music at. Did everything at. But it was in the country at my granddaddy in them house, so that's what we did. Like, it was just our spot. But I had an uncle, R.I.P. to him, but he was shot out on the dope like real bad. So man, Uncle just like, we recording this thing, you know, we boom, 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 like big trunk, like it's a warrant going on in the shed. And Uncle coming at me tripping, talking about he left it dope and we done took it dope and all this. I'm like, man, you tripping, man? I'm trying to make some music. I need you to get up out of here. Just sold me out, like, oh nigga, you think you famous? You think you done made it? You ain't shit. I'm like, damn, what I do? Like, so yeah, me and Uncle kind of get into it. We kind of tear the studio up a little bit, like. Cause he sold me out, yeah. I took all this little whatever he had and stomped that shit out on the ground, like. So it kind of ended the session. I don't think we ever finished that song to this day, but for real, that was one of my favorite uncles though. He was like he was the motivation I needed, cause like in that same sense, like every time I'm like, I ain't doing that shit no more. He like, nah, you gotta keep going, dog. You got it, but he'll turn around and send me out the next day. So, yeah, shout out to R.I.P. But my wild moment, I'm gonna let Ty start out. What was your wild moment for the week?
It was simple. We was going to the gas station, me and my wife, and we look over in the other lane, and it's a nigga driving a banana. Like he's driving a banana, like a big ass.
Like the Oscar Mayer wiener truck.
Yeah, like that's like some cartoon ass shit. I'm like, I ain't never seen nothing like this. I done seen the Oscar Mayer wiener mobile before in real life.
Yeah.
But niggas ain't never seen it. Just random. I'm talking to my wife. I look up. I'm like, is that a banana?
Man, I think I seen that shit.
I'm like, bro, this man driving a banana. If he probably gonna see this podcast too. I hope he comment. Man, where you get that banana from?
Hey, banana man, whoever it is driving the banana truck, man, you gotta come sit on the couch, sit in the chair.
How you get to that point?
Holla at us. What's up? Let us get some promo on the banana truck. You feel me?
Yeah.
Lex, what about you? What was your wild moment?
You know I don't even have a wild moment. We're gonna talk about yours.
Don't let it interest you, like, no
Yeah,
wild.
it really, I be trying to think, every time y'all talk, I be trying to think what a wild moment was. So what was the wild moment?
For me,
Exactly.
my wild moment was like, it was nothing extravagant, nothing that just happened. It was just like a realization. One of them moments where it was just like, I could be doing more. I could be doing something else. And it wasn't like, cause nothing bad was happening, nothing was going on. But every morning I pray for peace and opportunity. And when I say that prayer, I used to be looking for it to be like right in my face. Like, oh, this opportunity for a new job or a new song, new video, this opportunity to make money or something like that. But sometimes it don't come like that. And my wild moment was just like, I could really be doing something else with my time, like whatever. So my wild moment this week was, I think I wanna, not right now, but like pretty soon, like I don't wanna work for nobody. I've always had that mindset, but like it really just hit home. Like I really wake up, go to work, make the next bit rich while I'm being miserable, while trying to work on a clock to make my own dreams happen. When it's like, we complain about being on a 9 to 5 because it don't pay us enough. But we want to do our own thing, make our own businesses and dreams happen. But we complain about a 9 to 5. So I'm pretty sure if the 9 to 5 ain't paying enough, I know it's something I can do. There's more I can do to make the 9 to 5 money plus more something. So that was my wild moment. Like, well, the 9 to 5 ain't paying enough. What I need to do to make it be more than enough. So for me, my wild moment is I need to get these multiple streams of income coming in. 1 is cool, 2 is cool, 3, I need 7. And I read that most millionaires have a minimum of 7 streams of revenue coming in. So that was my wild moment, my realization. So what's your wild moment, Lex?
I don't have one. We skipping it.
Okay. Lex a little tired, y'all. Man.
I do not have a wild moment this week.
Okay, no.
I'm gonna try to write them down. Every wild moment I think of, I'm write them down. Next week.
No wild moment for Lex, but big shout out to Lex though, cause she do a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Like I say, we be on here, we talk about a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't. I mean, y'all just here talking, but y'all never know what's going on behind the scenes. Our group chat, our everything. So shout out the Raw family, just for grinding, keeping up with everyday life, on top of trying to make this happen, our own personal goals and dreams happen. So just shout out to the Raw fam. But man, y'all know we always looking for, if you want to be a guest on the show, hit the DM. If you need some promo, hit the DM. If you want some features, videos, whatever it is you need, hit Ty. If you want to make some music, hit anybody. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Go check everybody out at Woah Morris, at Red, at Lex Cox. And man, we on YouTube right now. We definitely be on all platforms when this episode drop. Again, this is episode 3, the Jack of all trades. Shout out to my guest Woah Morris, man. Big hand for him. So yeah, y'all stay tuned for the next episode. We out.
Bye.
The Raw.